Hi, everybody. We are live on the new normal, and today is Friday, so it's happy hour. Everybody grab a drink and join me and my buddy Westwood on the other side right after this. Make sure to give us a like, share this video, jump over to Westwood's channel and my channel, and subscribe to both. Be right back after this. Oh, Lord. What's going on, Westwood?
Oh, Lord. Just hanging outside, smoking an acid cigar.
Acid?
That's
what
what
does
it's
that
called.
mean?
I don't know. It's a Drew Estate is the name of the company, and they have these essential oil infused cigars that smell really good.
Yeah. Oh, you said it has cloves in it and stuff.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of goodies.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm getting comfortable. It's Friday.
Good deal. Exactly.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Having a little something to drink.
It's not very comfortable. I am having something to drink.
Drinky.
Having a Zevia. Uncle Cliff will be very proud of me.
Zevia.
Zevia has it's flavored with stevia, so it's good.
Natural plant-based sweetener.
Yes.
Good stuff. Not like sugar cane though. Not that kind of plant.
No, because that'll make you fat.
I don't think it has any calories in it, does it?
Nope, no calories.
That's pretty awesome. And it's strong. I mean, stevia is like very powerful.
So the grape one is awesome, but it's a little too, like, this is the grape one. It's a little too grapey for me.
Is it?
But I really like the strawberry soda. That's probably my favorite one.
All you out there, if you want to give Litecoin Lisa a gift for her birthday this October, send her some strawberry soda Zevia.
I like it.
She likes it a
lot. But you have to put Tito's in it to make it taste right.
And send a bottle of Tito's with it.
Send a bottle of Tito's with it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's pretty exciting Friday. I really thought they were going to wait till Sunday. I titled this one that Justice is maybe blind, but she's not stupid.
Yeah.
There is all kinds of stuff shaking out. Marjorie Taylor Greene has filed for the impeachment of Garland, the Attorney General Garland, for
looks like an elf, doesn't he?
Well, I don't care what he looks like.
I know, but
I care about what somebody does, not what they say.
I agree,
because I can tell you, people say a lot of things, and I've taught my children, do not watch when someone shows you who they are. Believe them.
Believe them. Judge the tree by its fruits, right?
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
So
I only say that though because it's almost like you're watching a movie and you're seeing like their true nature of the people come out, and it's kind of expressing itself. I mean, you look at Kamala Harris, and I mean, you look at Garland, and I mean, you look at these like weird characters that are like morphing out into real life. They're like shape-shifting reptilians, like David Icke used to say. Except they're not reptilians.
There was a really tragic story that came out about a baby who had a condition where it looked like a reptile. But I kind of think that was almost messaging for, what we're anticipating seeing or whatever. What's trying to come out in Haish passed away from her tragic accident and being brain dead or whatever. There's just a lot of really fast moving pieces right now.
It's fast and furious, isn't it?
It is fast and furious right now.
Search that term.
I think this, put it in gematria.
Fast and furious.
These movies on Netflix and documentaries on, not just on Netflix. So
Hulu.
Our daughter I was telling us some of these on Hulu, on HBO. Is it HBO Plus or something like that?
HBO Max, maybe.
Max.
HBO Max, I think.
They're kind of everywhere. They're kind of everywhere. They're these, what's interesting is the number 17 said that people would be home and that they would be watching movies I think Public and I were talking about this Wednesday. They'd be watching like 8-hour cycles of like 3 8-hour cycles of
Like
24-hour movies,
educating them
educating
about,
people.
yep.
And if you watch some of these, like we watched the most hated man on the internet, and that talked about Anonymous, and the military hackers were like, which if you learn about what Space Force is not necessarily astronauts.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Very important. Space Force, very important.
Huge.
Big deal. Huge.
Huge.
Very important.
Huge. Very
Because he
important.
talked about that a lot, and people are like,
Mm-hmm.
"What are you talking about? What's
Because they don't. I
They
don't
don't.
understand.
They don't. Yeah, it's
Here's the
both.
crazy thing is when they say future proves past, or
Yeah, yeah,
is that right?
that's right.
I went back and so a friend of mine and I were having this conversation. I did an interview the other day, and before the interview, I was meeting with somebody, and we had a conversation, and I was like, "Oh yeah, haven't you heard of those ITMs?" And he's like, "No." And so I went back and pulled up the interview that we did. Well, it was happy hour that
It
we
was
did with
happy hour, and
Public.
Public was on.
Something happened, and for some reason I couldn't do our normal Woo Wednesday, and so I had Public on with us, and we were talking about at Christmas time. So it's one from December 3rd. If you guys go back on my channel and watch the one from December 3rd, and it's where they had for the first time shown they showed the decorations, but they started the video a little earlier, and there was a new ornament on there that showed the JFK half dollar surrounded by a gold star. And I'm like, that's not the White House ornament for that year. We went into this whole conversation. I showed the video for the ITMs. It's all making like so much sense right now.
There's all these things coming together. This economic reset. What is? We all know it's going to reset, right? I mean, if we've been paying attention, we know there's going to be some sort of economic reset. And the question is, what's it going to be?
Okay, so let's not disacknowledge. Is that even a word? It's been a very long.
It is now. It's happy hour, baby.
Okay, so let's not skip over because I think so many of us have prepared for the crash. So we're like, oh, the reset and then the future. Let's not skip over the crash.
Let's not gloss over.
Right. There will be a crash because the current system has to die. And that's what we're going through right now. Some of us are giddy about it because we're like, burn that shit down. We know it's been enslaving us. Money was created to enslave us, I believe. And
I mean, the currency, yeah, because it's not real money.
Currency,
it's not backed by anything.
right.
You look at the Federal Reserve, 1913, creature from Jekyll Island, G. Edward Griffin. That's a good place to start. So they've been enslaving us since then. Hardcore. All right.
Yes. There's so much going on. I mean, if you look at what just happened, Kansas just visited South Korea, North Korea. North Korea is saying, declaring just some weird language too. You know, you guys know that we follow Uncle Cliff.
What was that? That was me.
Okay.
I gotta mute it. I had to mute it. Sorry.
That's okay.
So I can keep up with the chat.
Oh, okay.
Multiple devices.
That's not what I sound like.
No, it was a commercial. You're getting it's monetization.
I don't know. Bix was here this weekend and he kept
going, it's gone.
Hi, I'm Litecoin Lisa. I was like, I do not sound like that. So I don't know why you keep acting like that.
Bix.
I have to get on to Bix.
He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy. He's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
They were so wonderful. My gosh, they helped so much. We're still speaking of that. We're all weird.
We're all weirdos. We're all weirdos. Hashtag weirdos, right?
I would be a weirdo if that was a hashtag and you could be part of that. I'm a weirdo.
I'm part of the weirdo crowd.
Yeah, I would be. I would so sign up for that. Amy and Bix,
weirdos,
and the whole fam, they're amazing. They jumped in. We were able to raise, well, right now we're over $8,000 for Warriors for Freedom. So Bitcoin Ben and his big heart, he bought the whole Big Swear package, which was a hat. Hold on, I have it right here. It was a Big Swear hat, the Road to Litecoin, right here, and a T-shirt, Freedom Roadshow T-shirt, and the Wishes, which I want this very badly.
Oh, he's got another one. I've got one because I bought it last
year. Do you have one?
Yeah, remember in May?
What did you pay for this?
Well, you don't want to know what I paid for it. Don't you remember we had the auction back in May in Phoenix in 2021?
$3,500, I think, for all of this package.
Well, yeah, I know what I paid for it.
Okay.
It was quite a bit.
It's a lot.
Let me move because the dog is.
He re-donated this to the charity. Shoot. We also have.
So you can re-auction it.
Yes, the John Elway football that I have to figure out how to get it blown up. If somebody can help me with that, I would appreciate it. But it's the official like John Elway Hall of Fame.
Just need one of those little needles that stick in there, and
yeah,
I got one.
Guess that's
when you come to Westwood next time, I'll blow it up, and we'll get on the scooter together, or maybe we'll play toss with it and have some action shots.
I think whoever buys it would probably be able to do it, but
yeah, it's not too difficult.
I'm not good at football. But we also have the Beyond Mystic. So this is another thing Jim Montgomery donated, was Beyond Mystic 10 ounce. These things are heavy. And the Janine Beyond Mystic Tarot. One's Tarot and one's the Beyond Mystic silver bars. They're very shiny.
Ooh, very nice.
Super nice.
Now that's real money.
Those will go as a pair. And then there's one other. Oh, the mini helmet, which I have up there.
You got a helmet.
Which is Tim Tebow mini helmet Gators from like a certain year that he was at.
When he was the man. Didn't he win the Heisman? Did he win the Heisman trophy? I don't know. I don't keep up on it, but I know.
Then yes. I'm sure he won it. Jim Montgomery's in the chat. He would know.
Right.
But we're going to re-auction those off along with, I have my new Eden product. I also have some of the, so Charlie and I were on these were fun. We did one night we did I'm not sure if these are actually gold plated or not. You'd have to ask this company if they were. Somebody told me yes and somebody told me no, but I think they're pretty cool and they're fun, but I'm going to put another set in the auction. They're,
oh, I've got some of those. They're awesome. They're so neat. Yeah, they're so awesome.
They're very cool. There's
really
a Litecoin one.
There's one going in the bar when I cover it up. So I got all this memorabilia. It's going to,
Do you have, okay. Cause I would donate one. I have another package of these.
I think I've got the set. I think I've got all those.
There's a Doge.
Got to find them though. Lost my private key in a boating accident.
A
Scooter accident. Yes, the Shiba.
I love the Shiba.
Doges.
I'm hoping Shiba drops again.
So the Doges.
The Ethereum with a Vitalik on it that cracks me up. There's a big.
That guy's an alien, isn't he? I mean, he's got to be.
I don't know. I'm not assuming his.
Yeah, what he identifies as.
I don't know, his planet. And then 2 Bitcoin ones.
That right there, son's a full Bitcoin. How much you gonna give me for it? That's 1 Bitcoin right there.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. So those will be in the auction. So if you go to litecoinlisa.net, I'll have this figured out tomorrow. There'll be a link where you can join the auction online, and
so it's going to be a live online auction?
Yeah, it'll be a live online auction during. So what I'm going to do is I have the video where for the event, we film the event live. Okay. So I'm going to replay the event. I'm going to try to cut out all the dead space so it's not boring for people, because we did take like 2 or 3 breaks. And I want it to not be boring for people, but I'm not good at editing. So if anybody is good at that and can do it like quickly, I could even send it to you tonight or in the morning. let me know if you have time for that. I would appreciate the help. But if not, I'll just do my very best tomorrow morning to get it launched. And then my goal is to do that tomorrow evening, probably around, I don't know, what time do you think is a good time to?
I don't know. If we have a happy hour and get everybody loaded, they tend to be more free with their money. So, I may like bid things up. You never know.
I'm not beneath that if it's for veterans.
Right.
I'm fine with that because I really want to get the maximum donation for these guys. They're moving into a new space and they could use the help for moving into their new space. And they were really excited about the donation going to the hold on, some perverto over here.
Oh, come on. Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. I don't know how to delete them though on the other.
Where are they at?
On YouTube? Twitch. Looking something about my boobs. I don't know. Really?
Oh, Lord.
Well, enjoy, I guess.
Enjoy the show.
My God.
Join my Patreon. Ridiculous. You can see Lisa After Dark. You got to join the top tier level, though. It's the VIP membership, behind the velvet rope membership.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of desperate.
I know.
Okay.
I'm saying it. You're not saying it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Banned.
I don't know.
Banned for life.
But I guess thank you. I don't know what to say. That's weird to me for somebody making a comment like that.
Well, you got people. It's Friday night, a little bit later, and you get, they come out of the woodwork.
Well, late crowd. Somebody can say like you're attractive or you look nice, or like my husband looks very handsome. Like he'll wear a nice shirt and he looks very nice. You can give people compliments, but you don't have to be like.
You don't have to zone in on a certain area of the body, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's the big picture here. We're not looking at the tree in the forest. We're looking at the forest. So let's quit focusing on.
I think I have to.
It's the total package we're talking about here.
Okay. I'll just remove Twitch for now.
De-twitched.
Somebody is like enjoying themselves a little too much over there.
Hey,
okay.
Get over there.
And we're done with that. So
dogs digging holes over here and crazy. Yes, and when you're a stranger, people look ugly. Yeah, and all that.
What's wrong with people? Okay. Anyway, I'm over that.
Yeah. Gone. Bootleg out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, everybody. We appreciate your time and your energy, spending your Friday night with us. Mitch is over here dog whispering.
Oh, he's such a good Uncle Mitch to the dogs.
I know. Drinking Jameson and dog whispering.
That's awesome. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Mitch got a big bottle of Irish whiskey for his birthday. Yeah. Mitch's birthday was Wednesday.
Oh, yes. I know. I sent it. I posted a big happy birthday, Mitchie.
Yep.
And we gave him a shout out on the
it was magical.
Show, too. It was magical.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Mitch.
Check out Magic Mitch. Subscribe to his YouTube channel if you want to give him a birthday present. Go to Mitchie's Monday. You can go to clintwestwood.net. I got it linked on there under community resources. That's an easy way to get there. Click through. Boom. Give him a subscribe. Like some of his videos and get motivated with Magic Mitch.
I'm having a little bit of a struggle. My sweet friend Josh Lake helped me at the event, and he kind of restructured my computer, so I'm having a little struggle. Like
made it more efficient for you, right?
He did. If I was
an efficient person like that, yeah.
However, now I'm struggling.
I'm here for the Tito's.
Yeah, for sure. Robert says, "Are you coming to DC? I would not go to DC for most.
The District of Corruption."
Right. Why the hell would I do that?
It's actually kind of cool. I mean, I went there in 1998 with my buddy. We drove out there, and at the time, the tax was 10% on everything. It was like the sales tax, and I said, "This is insane, 10%." And now I look at what I'm paying for sales tax and everything. And
but if that was a flat tax, and
if it were a flat tax, I'd be fine with it. I'm fine with it.
then, that's pretty fair
Right.
if you're purchasing things and that's a
Right.
flat
But
tax.
if you didn't have an
Not
income
such a
tax
bad
that
idea.
taxed you on your labor and your energy like a vampire system that we have now, I'd be fine with it, because then you have a choice. You can say, all right, well, I'm not
Mhm.
going to buy that yacht. I'm going to buy that little rowboat, and you can
Right.
determine what you want to buy. And it's like, you know the rules. But now it's like, you got all these agents getting hired, and you don't know what the rules are. People got their own trusts and they got their own foundations, and they can buy up all the farmland and they don't pay taxes. And it's like, wait a minute. Well, how are they able to do that and have zero tax, and then I don't? And because I don't know that system, I don't have the money to learn that system. Just tell me the rules, but they can't define the rules. Just like crypto and other things, they can't define what's what.
Clash Daddy brings up a great point. He says no tax is most fair, and we had a great discussion on Dragon Chain about using DAOs for city states, and you could do it in a way where like it was an option where you could either participate in a way like like let's say you were older and you were like, oh well, I don't want to sweep the streets. Like everybody needs to
Yeah, you
participate.
choose. I mean, you
Yeah.
choose where you want your money to
Or
go.
I have children and I want them to go be schooled, but
Hmm.
I'm not the one to teach them.
Hmm.
So but then maybe there's somebody who's really skilled at that and is like, I want to volunteer as a teacher and that's my way to contribute to the community. And they want to go be a teacher. And
Right.
so
So
when
you're
the
saying it's like kind of like a
community,
free market
oh, it's
where we
kind of
all
like a free
decide.
market
Yeah.
where people are like, well, I would give my assets or my money, my funds
Right.
versus my time.
Right. I'm 90
Or
years old. I don't have much time, but I got a lot of money that I can't take with me, and
somebody
I
says,
want to
you know
contribute.
what? I have a lot of skills or
Right. But I
knowledge,
have no money.
but I don't have any money. Or maybe they have all those things, but they choose what they want to give or how they want to give or how they want to contribute to the community because
Yep.
that's a community that they want to be a part of.
Yep.
And so it was very interesting having that conversation. And then they talked, and I was like, okay, but how do you prevent the um, multiple um, count?
Mm.
And they had great answers for that. So if you guys aren't following Dragon Chain, if you don't have an account already on Den Social, please consider going and being a part of Den Social. Polly P just won. He won the winning bids for a couple of different layers on Den Social, and I'm going to be doing a video with him. Well, I'm going to make him. I'm going to ask him. I'm not going to make him. I'm going to
I'm
ask
sure
him.
if you ask nicely,
I'm
Paulie
going to
P will.
ask him if he will record that. So we're going to do a like a how to or tutorial for him getting set up on his layers because I have all his ownership right now in my wallet on Den, where he's part of preppers, firearms, and cars. I think I can't remember all the different layers that he won in
Wow.
his bids, and so I don't know. I'm super excited about it, and I'm excited to engage with him over there because it's a really cool environment because you earn lot or their token
Hmm.
by engaging and posting over there. And that's what I keep talking about. Like, it would be cool to have a happy hour layer over there. And we can do it a couple different ways. Like, we can buy it with Ethereum, but I don't want to do that.
How about Ethereum Classic?
I want to do it in a more
The real
organic
Ethereum.
way.
Oh, sorry.
I think it'd be cool to do it in a more organic way, like make it that we have enough community that's engaged that wants to be part of it over there,
Yeah, because
that
that proves
that we vote
the
it.
validity of it.
Yeah, that people
Yeah.
are like, no, there's enough people over there
Yeah.
that want to be part of it, and that we upvote it, and then everyone over there owns part of it.
What's the okay? I'm not too knowledgeable of it. Where's the link? How do I
You got
get
to come
there?
over.
How do I get there? How do
Um,
drag me over like
well,
Queen Lisa? Drag me over to it.
so
Drop a link on your
Den,
litecoinlisa.net
yeah,
or put it in
Den.
the
Okay,
description,
I'll do a
and
post
then we
on.
can
Yeah, I'll do a
or go
post on
back and put it in the
litecoinlisa.net.
description here, because if somebody's watching this, later, they can
Yeah.
get into it.
Den.social. I'll do our last.
So is it den, like a dragon's lair, a den?
DEN.
Okay, I got you, den.
.social.
And it's a
And
lair, Lair, like a dragon's lair.
LAIR, like a dragon's lair.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's Dragon Chain, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's all built on Dragon Chain. And I just think it'd be cool if we could do it organically and then everybody kind of owns a piece of it.
Well, that's the best way to
and
do it.
that way it's not me buying it and I own it and I set the rules. And it's actually a DAO that we can all vote on things together. And I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to do it that way.
Yeah. For those of you in Chicago, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. So, you know.
Because we know you live.
We the people kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, not the DAO.
My family went to Chicago today. They went to the Shed Aquarium and the Field Museum. Because that's the one good thing about Chicago. They have great museums. And it's, you know, you can see there's a lot of history and a lot of knowledge there.
Lies.
Yeah, filled with a lot of things, you know, the Egyptian the artifacts and all that. That we can't rebuild the pyramids, but, you know,
the Smithsonian's has manipulated over the years.
Giants.
Look at it anyway.
Giant bones? I never heard of such a thing. What was that island off of California where there were all the giants and dumping and
Catalina?
Yeah, right? Catalina Island. Isn't that what it was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All this lost history. But if we had a decentralized autonomous organization, we could say, hey, we want to teach these things. We're going to give our energy to that. And you see that with a lot of charities and a lot of organizations now, to where it's like, and if it happens, I don't know because it's not tracked, but you can say, oh, I want this to go to administrative costs. I want this to go to this.
You can't do that legally
really?
Through the IRS. No. So when you make a donation to a charity, that's called directed giving, and that is illegal.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
So you
don't get to say where it goes.
Important than we've ever known.
Well, but you don't get to say where it goes. You can say you can give to a cause. So like they can say, we're fundraising for this effort.
Okay.
Like we're fundraising for lymphoma or for veterans. And if they do that specifically, it needs to go to that thing specifically. Like we did for Team Mighty for the event, we were doing for Warriors for Freedom. So those funds went for paying for the event and and then those proceeds are going to Warriors for Freedom.
Okay.
And so anybody can look at that. We're going to have, my CPA best friend does our books, all that. Everybody can see those funds are going to Warriors for Freedom. And we're really transparent about all that stuff. There's also administrative costs for like holding the event, all that kind of stuff, whatever. But you cannot say, so there's what's called directed giving that people have abused in the past, where they say, hey, I'm going to give you this money because my friend has lymphoma and you like people with lymphoma, or you care about people with lymphoma. So I'm going to give you this money and I want you to give them a car. And you can't do that. You cannot tell them how to spend the money.
I got you. But you can say, okay, I want this cause to go to the transportation fund.
No, you can just say, no.
What if that's an option and you say, hey, my charity
covers they offer that,
the charity has to offer it and then give you the choice. And
if they offer that and they say like, we're giving you these options and you say, yes, I want that to go to transportation. And they say, we're giving you these options.
But that's what a DAO can create though, right? Like a DAO charity. Right. And so it's like, okay, we've got all these options and you can choose that, hey, I want this to go to cleaning the toilets in the women's bathroom.
Sure.
Saying.
Sure.
But it gives you that power, to
paper towels for everyone.
Right. Paper towels for everybody. Toilet paper for everybody.
Whatever. Yeah.
Freedom for everybody.
Freedom for
cigars
everybody.
and whiskey for everybody. I know. Freedom for everybody.
That would be much better.
What you drinking besides Zevia? Tito's?
Tito's and Zevia. It's been a long day.
I hear
a very long day.
Yeah, frustrating day probably.
Actually, there
full
was
moon fever.
Oh my gosh. I, yeah, I had court today, and there's sheriffs that man the little zappy windows when you walk in and out. What's that called? Metal detectors.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and there was this really awesome female sheriff that was there, and she was like, I was having to wait while they're all talking and whatever. And she's like, oh, I hate she's like, this has been the longest week, and today's the full moon. And they were having to be careful walking people in and out of the building because it's mental health day too at the court. And there's this one gentleman who had painted his whole face and body completely and was not wearing any clothes, and he was outside under their tree. And they just weren't sure that everyone was safe, but he seemed harmless. And so they were just making sure everybody was safe. And she's like, she's like, mental health day on a full moon should be avoided. I'm just saying, mental health court day on a full moon should be avoided. She's like, this one woman came in, and she's like, comes in running through the metal detector, and ma'am, I'm sorry, you have to go back. And then she drops
By
her
then
purse.
it's too late. She's got all her stuff.
I know, but they're very kind. Like, they know these people are struggling. That's where, the sheriffs that we have working the courthouse just need like a standing ovation. They are just doing the right thing. They're trying to help people. They're, not being aggressive. They're really trying to help people. They're like, she goes, yeah, this lady came in. She's obviously struggling. She's stressed out, nervous about being there. And she said, if she would have calmed down, I said, come here, let me help you. And the lady just starts screaming, I don't know where my cord is, and she's like, obviously, we knew where she needed to go. And
I'm missed my crazy train. It's pulling out of the station.
And she was like, I could have helped her. Like, I could have even gotten another deputy to go with her. But she was just so out of control that she just took off. And she said, and then, so they keep the children. So there's like 2 buildings, and they keep the children separated from that and the divorce stuff and whatever. So they try to keep like the adults in one, and, the ugly stuff in one, and they try to keep the kids, if the kids have to come to court, in another one.
So segregation is alive and well in Oklahoma.
To try to protect children, and I'm okay with that in cases
there's a place for it.
Protecting children, yeah,
right.
And so,
such a nasty word, though. Oh. Well, that's it. It's 1984. They're rewriting the language and making things, Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. So she said, she tried to, but she can't leave the machine and the front door. So she's like trying to call somebody. Hey, that lady, be nice to her. She's harmless. It's just she's scared. And so they got somebody to kind of help her and whatever.
Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
So they were telling, basically, she was saying, I said, has it been like this all week? And she's like, it's been like this all week. She said the whole week has been. I said, but so you guys have mental court? And she goes, no, we have mental court like 1 day a week. She goes, but it's been like people were mental patients all week.
You know what? It's been that way at my job too. The people I've dealt with all week, usually I can kind of, I know, the flow and of everything. This week has been one of those weeks to where, today I'm like, dude, it's not my fault. I'm just trying to help you. And he's frustrated. It's just, I'm like, step back, and it's just, I've dealt with that all week. Just weird, crazy stuff. I don't know if it's leading up to the full moon, which is what, last night, today. But,
I think it's today.
There's a reason why Luna, the word Luna and lunatic are associated, because there's that vibe that goes out on the full moon. And you think about the gravitational pull, or mostly water, and what it does to the tides. Seriously, there's scientific reasons for it, but I'm just like, this week has been kind of the same thing, to where I'm like, this is stupid.
I've been exhausted.
I'm ready for happy hour.
But I thought it was just, I've been exhausted, but I thought it was like So I've been doing a lot of work with like tracking down, like somebody got the wrong prize, the wrong prize. So I was like, okay, I have to like go find that from that person and get it back, and then get this and that. And big shout out to Daddy-O. Some of the things
Flag.
were misplaced or missing, and he did the flag.
The flag's awesome. I need one
Bix
of those.
won the flag, outbid Nana, and then turned around and gave it to Nana. There was so much generosity.
That's
At the
crypto.
event.
That's people. That's what crypto does. It brings those like-minded people together, the people who are good people together.
Yeah.
It really does.
Then Daddy-O, we had the coasters were missing at the end of the night. And Daddy-O said, don't worry, I'll make a whole nother set.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so he's now shipping those to the winner of that. So
cool.
Big shout out to Daddy-O. And his flag, Old Glory, went for over like $500 or something.
Man, that's awesome.
And it was so cool. I wanted that.
I know. You see it and you're like, wow, I got to have that.
So somebody else has to have one of these events, so I get to bid on things, because I felt like I couldn't bid on things because it was our event, because I was like, oh, but then I'm like,
but I really want that.
I want one of those flags for my like back wall over here.
He needs to make a limited run. Make like 17 of them. That's a lot of work. I understand. Yeah. But I mean, pick a number.
I think it was a lot of work. I don't know that he can make 17.
I know. Pick it like 11?
5.
All right, 5.
I don't know. 3.
Limited edition to where it's
it was a lot of work.
It's more rare than any NFT that you're going to ever get.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you look at the history, it's probably wood from that area, where he's from. Yeah. And I mean, the hard work and everything that he does, has meaning. He sent me a Liberty flag, a Moultrie flag, and the history behind it, and there's a Moultrie County in Illinois, and he tied that in. And I mean, he's a very thoughtful guy. I mean, he really is,
cool.
Just a very genuine person.
Yes.
That wants to do, wants humanity to rise. And so, I mean, Daddy-O's got a YouTube channel. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers, but go out there to clintwestwood.net. I've got it linked. The community resources Daddy-O, you want to follow him because he just talks the truth, and good old Southern boy. Gotta love it.
Nana's confused, but she's here.
We love Nana.
Welcome, Nana.
Welcome, Nana.
Oh, bless her heart.
Need to give Nana a big hug. Is this really? Yes, it's live. Yes, Nana.
Yes,
we're live. Nana. We're live. Live at Westwood. Live at.
We did a late one because I called her on the way home from court.
Okay.
So she's like, wait a minute, why is this happening? Because I love our community and I wanted to show up, but I was not able to do the normal time. But I wanted to just be here.
And so we're all here. We're here together.
So we're all here. We're here together. Because the fam makes us all feel better.
And so how's that Litecoin doing right now?
The Litecoin is for the future.
It is.
I'm hoping the Litecoin is down.
I know you want that Litecoin to go down a little bit more. I'm telling you, it's like right now it's like pushing that ball down, in the pool and trying to take it to the bottom.
One more down.
If you can get it under 60 at this point, it's probably a good buy. A dip under 60. Yeah.
Give me one more down.
I know. Get down to 50 and everybody's happy, load up, and that's it. By November, it's going to be too late. I'm just saying. I'm on the record. By November, it's going to be too late.
You don't think there's going to be the crash end of year?
I don't think so.
I keep hearing big crash end of year, crypto winter. We were just listening to the Coinbase
I don't see
call. It. I called in and listened like a little spy. And I have it recorded, the whole bit.
You're a sneaky one.
And they seem very confident, but they were also entering this crypto winter. They were really seeing a downturn.
I mean, how far down can it go? I just don't see Bitcoin going below its prior all-time high. Now it did wick down to like 17,000, but the all-time high back in the last cycle was around 19, almost 20,000. I just don't think you're going to break below that at this point. So if you can get it, the closer you can get it to 20,000, the better off you are. And I say Bitcoin because that kind of drives the market. But I'm telling you right now, if you're not listening, pay attention to Litecoin, because what's going to happen is next August, 1 year from now, the countdown's in place. You're going to have a halving event to where the rewards are cut in half for every block of Litecoin. So these miners are going to get paid half as much Litecoin for every block that they mine. And historically, what's happened is 6 months, or ish, leading up to that run up, you're just going to see it continually go up, 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 up. And so I mean, if you can get Litecoin for under $60 at this point, I think it's a good buy. It's just, load the boat. That's just what I'm doing. I'm not giving advice, but I'm just, looking at the charts and the scarcity, what you got coming. You got Mimblewimble that's going to be coming to portable wallets instead of just the core wallet. You're going to be able to have it on your phone, privacy built into it. I don't see a lot of downside action on Litecoin at this point. Undervalued asset.
So what about Mimblewimble being applied to Bitcoin? And
it could be. I wish it would be.
At this point.
I wish it would be. But I think what's going to have to happen, it's going to have to roll out. Litecoin's will prove the case. It has already, but it has to be in the hands of the everyday person, to where when they download their Coinomi wallet or Lite wallet or Exodus wallet, it's got a Mimblewimble option in it. When that happens, and it's coming soon, that's a big game changer. Because at that point, you can take your Litecoin and essentially go dark with it. I mean, any transactions are, the lights are out. It's like handing someone cash in the dark. It's just, you've got privacy built in. And that's what money should be. I mean, you should be able to pay somebody with cash. You should be able to pay somebody with your energy. That's all money is.
Can you guys hear my husband singing? I don't know.
No, I don't hear him.
Okay, that's good.
What's he out there doing? Karaoke? Crypto karaoke?
I don't know.
What are we doing here?
It's pretty loud. So he's been in the pool.
It was all today. I could do to keep from crying. No, it's I think we're gonna go sideways, up and down a little bit. I think we might have a little pump at the end of the middle of the month, into the month. But not a big pump. It probably won't reach $100. It might be like $70, $80. But then we'll kind of come down and consolidate sideways. But I think by November, you're going to start seeing that run up build in, and you're going to see it strengthen against Bitcoin. That's what it always does at the halving. You're going to see Litecoin gain ground against Bitcoin, especially with the underpinnings. I mean, the fundamentals of Litecoin. And with Mimblewimble, no other chain's going to adopt it until, it's probably been out a year, I'm going to say. Just my opinion, on Litecoin, and people see it and they're like, oh, shoot, we can implement this on Bitcoin. We can implement this on Digibyte. We can implement this on, any mined coin with the Bitcoin, family,
right. The core.
Root. Yeah, right. The code, because it's all out of the same family. But Litecoin's got the first mover advantage on this. I mean, they put it in place. And I mean, that's Charlie Lee's vision, is to make Litecoin fungible money. It's to make it real money, sound money. And he's done it. It's in place. And it's just a matter of now making it easier for people to use, on the wallets that are on their phone. Once that happens, game changer, man. Game changer. Just today, PayPal, they announced it a few weeks ago that, hey, everybody can transfer their Litecoin, out of PayPal and put it in their own private wallet. It wasn't rolled out to everybody, and I was kind of late to the game, on my wallet with PayPal to be able to buy it. So today I looked at my wallet. I'm like, oh, transfers are enabled on my wallet. So I think most people right now, if you buy Litecoin on PayPal, you can actually transfer it out, and I did today. Took it out, put it in a private wallet, done. That's a big deal, because there's a lot of people on PayPal who can now buy Litecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. There's the only four. You can buy it and transfer it out to your private wallet. It's a big deal. It really is. So you're seeing all these platforms in place to where you can take possession of your coins. There aren't that many to go around. And when people wake up to the fact that there's only 84 million Litecoin, there's only 0.25 for every American, there's only 0.01 for every person in the world, the scarcity factor kicks in. And we've got a little reprieve right now to where, oh my gosh, gas is under $4 a gallon. Oh, I feel so good. Things are so great. We have 0% inflation, says Joe Biden. Oh, everything's great. There's nothing wrong in the world.
Oh my gosh. I played that
People are going
yesterday
to
with
go
me
after.
and Johnny on. I
It's
couldn't even
stupid.
stand it.
It's
I was just
stupid. And he's
so
shaking hands with
frustrated.
ghosts, and I mean, he's dropping his jacket and aviator glasses on the tarmac. I mean, this is a guy who, I mean, enjoy the show. That's what it comes down to. But the
Yes.
fact is, you got to realize that you got to get sound assets in your possession, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, Litecoin. As far as digital assets, get that into your possession. You've got opportunities now through PayPal. You've got it through not necessarily Venmo. You can't take it out, but all these platforms where you can go out and buy Litecoin right now very easily. Get it while you can. That's my
There's
opinion. That's
some
what I'm
other
doing.
huge stuff going on. I'm going to attempt to share screen because I'm terrible at this now that my sweet friend Joshi has helped me. Bitcoin blockchain inspires Kenyan electoral board to implement a transparent voting system. You guys, we've been talking about this forever. I've had a lot of people tell me, no, it's not going to happen. But we all know it's possible. I think it's a future thing for the US. I think we still have to have military involved for it to happen here, but this is the future. I also think there's here's the Marjorie Taylor Greene, Merrick Garland thing. Coast Guard. This is significant. 17 billion in losses on the
Rivian's right
Rivian.
down the road from me, and they're talking about adding a second shift. Okay, well, let's back up a little bit. They lost what, 1.7 billion?
Yeah.
$1.7 billion they lost. Well, they really didn't lose it because it was really on paper and loans. They're still going to function. If I lost $1.7 billion, they're going to come and take everything I got, right? They're going to confiscate everything. No, but they're playing the game in the system. The government's funding it because you've got this, what is it, Fight Inflation Act. What the hell's the name of it? It's,
Okay. We'll get there.
anyway,
Yeah.
but my point is, all right, we just gave $4.5 billion to Ukraine this week. Again, after how many billions more? $4.5 billion that nobody even knows about that we just sent to
Oh,
Ukraine
45?
no, 4.5.
4.5,
But
45.
yes, exactly.
Pay
But
attention to the numbers, people. They're
exactly,
rubbing it in your face.
they are. But you know what that means?
I know what it
You can
means.
buy all the Litecoin. I know what it means too, but you can buy all the Litecoin in existence, according to the market cap right now, for less than $4.5 billion. And they just created that and threw it to Ukraine. That tells you what kind of scarce asset that you can get right now. You better wake up and you better look at it. You better pay attention because it is sound money for the digital age. You'll go back and watch this video and say, this crazy guy that was out in the middle with corn growing up in the background talking about Litecoin, he was right.
And they're saying,
I'll be right.
oh,
Get some
the
while you can for 60
Inflation
bucks.
Reduction Act, let's get it passed. And then we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see. Just
then
like
we'll
the
see
Obamacare, right? Obamacare, same thing. Pass it, and then
thing.
we'll see, what works out. How'd that work out for you? Yeah. Are your medical costs lower? No. We're going to fight inflation by printing more money.
So on Telegram, Jack Posobiec, I can never say his name right.
Prosobiec.
Jack
Prosobiec.
However you're supposed to. He posts this, and then he posts a thing and says, take the orange pill.
What's that? Everybody knows what the orange pill is in this chat. The orange pill is what, Lisa?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is the orange pill.
And could you mine Bitcoin with nuclear? Is nuclear actually clean? And they've been lying to us. We've talked about that multiple times.
What do you do with it once all their byproduct? You got to do something with it. And that's why you got people, I don't want it in my backyard, bury that stuff.
Well, do something with it. Mine Bitcoin with it.
Exactly.
A storm is coming, he says. Lightning. Do you see the lightning, guys?
You see the lightning that hit 4 people, the
forever.
Tree that hit them, they fell over, and then you see the lightning. Well, there's 4 on that tree this week. 3 fell, and then 1 fell after the fact. And then you look at the White House. You look at the White House, last week, lightning hit a few people and killed them. Horrible. But, I mean, there's too many biblical things happening, I guess you could say.
In
big
Oklahoma,
things.
Which that has been like the little town that nobody's paying attention to.
The big red county, the big state with all red counties.
So the
red wave,
the Secretary of Energy resigns. The Secretary of Energy resigns, and but he's going to keep working on the hydrogen hub from the Ham Institute. So the Ham Institute is like a billionaire. Harold Ham is the billionaire. Look up who Harold Ham is. HAMM. Look up what the Ham Institute of American Energy is. And so he's resigning, but he's continuing to work for the hydrogen hub for American energy. Look up how many people have been killed for creating a hydrogen.
Right. Things that really aren't like nuclear, things that aren't explosive.
Right.
Well, hydrogen. Oh, I mean,
so I had this super creepy dream where me and my sister who passed away were like waiting in line with our RV. And I thought we were waiting for gas. And then I realized, then I thought it was a death container. Remember that death container where me, you, and Mitchie were on our,
we got to put death in this thing, or
Pennsylvania,
and it goes to 5 miles an hour. Oh my God!
Yes. Oh my gosh! So we were waiting with our death container and trying to fill the death container, and it's a mess, and it gets all over the truck, and it's a nightmare. Well, so it was like a death container, and then we realized, and I look back, and it's all these people, and we're waiting for water. And so I think I was being told about the hydrogen,
H2O
engines
hydrogen
that are coming, that already exist, but that we've been
they existed for what, 100 years, and it's been shut down. All this technology has been shut down because they want to want to centralize the energy, and money is energy. The fuel is energy. Everything is energy, and they want to control that energy, and they've done it through petroleum. But they're losing control of that, and you're seeing the death throes of it, to where that's why it goes up in price. And it's just, there's better forms of energy out there. It's just that we have been squashed because there's been so much money printed to form so many foundations, to take over so many of the institutions that train us, that control us, whether it be education, medical, whatever it is. And the CDC releasing their guidelines yesterday, to where it's like, oh, well, there's nothing to worry about with the C word anymore.
Yeah.
That 2 years ago, no, don't worry about that. Never mind the people that died. Never mind the people, you couldn't see your relatives and go to the funerals because, it's horrible. But it's all about a control structure. It's all about a prison planet.
But don't forget about that. Everyone, don't forget about that.
Don't forget about the people that did this to you and made your life hell.
That's right.
Because that's what they did. And now it's, everything's fine. Forget about that.
Because it was just, I'll just put it on for a little while. Yeah. If I just comply for a little while, and now is the time to say enough.
Done.
No way.
Not doing it.
We're done. No. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again. So NBC, just reading some news from NBC, has obtained the search warrant. It shows that the Big T is under investigation for potential obstruction of justice, violations of Espionage Act. Ooh. So good thing he didn't give any information the other day. New from Breitbart, per search warrant, and then they list all these things: concealment or removal or mutilation, gathering, transmitting, losing defense information, destruction, alteration, falsification of records in federal investigations. So all these charges that they are putting against him, they're going to have to prove them or defend them. There's going to have to be
that's the thing. It has to be proven in a court of law. And I had some people ask me yesterday, and they were scared. 87,000 IRS agents. Oh my gosh, what's that mean? They're going to be carrying arms, because you saw that thing going around, we need people that are going to work 50 hours a week and willing to, use brutal force and carry a gun if necessary. All right, listen. If you're in your house, somebody knocks on the door and they say, hey, I need to know how many guns you have. Hey, I need to come in and look at stuff. You say, listen, you got a warrant? If they don't have a warrant, most people are good and they want to comply and they want to be nice. Somebody shows up, an officer.
I have a document.
Do you have a warrant?
On my website.
You can't come in unless you got a warrant. And the thing is, what you saw with Trump is that you had some undersecretary, some little Mindling that's got, pictures with Ghislaine Maxwell in a plane, this judge, this Reinhardt, that signed off. And that kind of guy, who's basically a clerk who defended the Epstein clients, who signed off on the warrant to come into a former president's home. I mean, what a joke. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. What you want to do is call the local authorities and say, hey, I got somebody here that, says they're from the federal government, says they're from this and that. I need you to come here. Call the sheriff, call your local police and say, hey, I got somebody with arms. I'm not coming out of my house. They don't have a warrant. And, I'm afraid for my life and they're trying to break in, and have them deal with it. Don't let anybody in your house. You don't have to say anything.
I have a document that someone shared with me. If somebody is to trespass on your property, what your legal response is. And I'm happy to share that. I need to change my name again. Lisa, not a lawyer, Davis, which I had. That was my name for my interview with Reggie the other day. But I'm happy to post that on my website, litecoinlisa.net. I'll do a post on that tomorrow morning, first thing, where you guys can download that and keep it by your front door just so you feel safe and protected. But if somebody is to come to your door, you can tell them to go away. If they don't go away, you can say you are trespassing.
Right. It's your property.
It is your property. If they don't go away, you can call the sheriff.
Correct.
And say, there are people trespassing on my property. And you can
posing as federal
you can even
agents.
Tape that piece of paper up on your door and say, they have been served technically and they're trespassing. But really, it's all just fear porn, to be honest.
All it is. They want
what I'm showing you right now, it doesn't show you the website, but you're looking at IRS.
See, the IRS can't enforce anything.
.gov. It's not there.
None of these entities can enforce anything. It has to be done in a court of law. So if they want to come take something, they want to investigate something, they want to come into your house, first of all, they got to have a warrant. And if they don't have a warrant, they're trespassing. And you say, nope, get off the property. You call your local authorities right away and say, hey, I got somebody posing as some sort of agent here. Mm-hmm. I don't want to shoot them, but they're trespassing. Please come handle this. I mean, and put them, and that's it. They don't have any right to come into your house. They have no right to come into your house. Yeah. None. It's your property. It's just like getting pulled over. You get pulled over, okay, need your driver's license, insurance, registration. Give them that. You don't have to give them anything else. What they want to do is they want to start asking questions. Hey, how you doing today? Where are you going? They're going to play Mr. Nice Guy. It's like, you don't have to say anything.
Can I come inside?
Right. And you say, I can't answer any questions with my lawyer not present. Here's my identification. Here's everything you need. I can't answer any questions. Am I being charged with anything? No. Okay. Am I free to go? Am I free to go?
I have a friend who recently had a situation where they actually were the victim in an altercation, but it happened on their property. And the police showed up and the police were like, oh, yeah. Oh, so can we come inside? Mm. And of course, the person's like, well, sure, come on in.
Yeah, I got nothing to hide.
I'm the victim.
Yeah.
And so the police went in their bathroom and started taking photographs of their medication.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that yours? Was
because
that
you let them in?
Was that you don't let them in? This is why the analogy of the vampire, Lisa. This is the analogy of a vampire. They can't come into your house. Mm-hmm. A vampire in traditional mythology and all the movies, they can't come into your house and cross the threshold unless you invite them in. Don't invite them in.
Just be smart about it, guys. I mean,
close the door.
They are trained to do what they think is their job. I'm not saying they're bad people. They're well-intended, but they're trained in a way to do what they've been trained to do by maybe not well-intended.
Yeah, because the people at the top are the people who are controlling and pulling the strings. And these people are just following orders. They're following orders. You got to know your rights. And they can't do anything to you unless it's in a court of law. And you got to realize that. They're not the judge. They're not the jury. They have no right to ask you any questions. You don't have to say anything. You've got a Fifth Amendment. We fought for that right.
I literally was not a human today.
Yeah.
I was not a human today. I couldn't speak. I could talk to my attorney. Mm-hmm. He could talk to me, but I was not allowed to talk to the judge. The judge couldn't talk to me.
There's a process.
Was not a human today.
There's a process. I mean, it's, but the thing is, you want to get into that courtroom if there's a real charge. If there's not a real charge, you'll never get into that courtroom. They want you to incriminate yourself. They want you to offer up information. That's why they talk to you like they're nice. Hey, I'm just here to help, just here to commit, fight crime, Freudian slip, commit crime. We just want to make sure I see you bought 3 guns. I got the paperwork here. We just want to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. We want to
Which you
verify
just
that it's in your
admitted
house.
something now that,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's like,
without
don't
even,
talk to
yeah,
them. It's like, I
no,
can't answer any questions without my lawyer present. Do you have a warrant? If you don't have a warrant,
right.
you got to leave. You're trespassing. That's it. Done.
Which
Done.
is
You're
why
trespassing. I'm calling the
somebody
police.
shows up at your house, there's a document, which I don't think it's going to happen. To be totally honest, I just think it's to try to wake people up, to get them to give a crap, to show up and say, like, enough of this. So in that video from us on December 3rd, I was like, hey, I am so pissed off about this. So I looked at around and about the same time where I am pulling my child out of public school, I'm receiving a document saying that I'm being taxed on my house that says so much of my taxes on my house are going to my school education,
most of it,
public education,
75, 80%
the majority of it.
Yeah.
The majority of my house taxes are going to public education, and I'm paying for this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just got off the phone with this jerk who just told me that he refuses to meet with me. He refuses to email with me because there would be proof of what he said. He said he would meet with me in person, but I could not film him. That so he would only talk to me on the phone. And then he told me that I said, why were parents not asked about putting this testing center in a elementary school, a testing center open to the public for the great infection, flu, and strep?
That doesn't matter anymore, according to the CDC.
Nothing matters.
No
anymore,
big deal.
But
they just push
why was that
for
put into a children's a elementary school? And I said, why were none of the parents asked about this that go to that school? And he said, we don't have to ask you. We're the administration.
They think you're untouchable. So
and I said, wait a minute. I said, who pays you? And he said, we're administration.
They don't care.
And I'm getting this tax report, and I'm like, what happened to no taxation without representation?
Right.
So I'm being
we threw
taxed.
tea in a
that was my exact statement on the video. I said, didn't we just throw tea in a harbor about this thing? No taxation without representation. And I was like, we need to wake the fuck up. That we are being taxed for nothing, over and over, about stuff that we have and that's what just happened, guys. That's what this bill that people are like, oh, just let it go through. Let that happen.
Read it later.
We'll read it later. We'll find out later about what you just got while you're sleeping, what got stolen out from your mattress. What you have been saving, what is worth less than tomorrow, because we'll read it later. You don't get a voice.
They don't care.
You don't get a voice because you don't count anymore. And that is what we need to say. Enough. We're done with that. I'm tired of it. No, all those evil monsters in DC need to be thrown out. Vampires are done. They are. We need to stand up and say enough.
Absolutely. And you can do it at the local level. I mean, if somebody, like I said, comes to your door, no, I know my rights. You can't come in. And, the school board, they think they're untouchable. What do you do?
I'll find that document and I'll post it.
Go to the school board meetings. Make your voice heard. Make them uncomfortable. Express your opinions. You have every right. You have free speech to express your opinions. Make them understand peacefully. Make them understand. Tell them how you feel. And
but Bitcoin is the ultimate peaceful disobedience. You're opting out of the system.
The money, you got to opt out of the vampire casino because they create I mean, you're paid in garbage money and you're seeing it, there's no inflation, 0% inflation, according to a clown, falling all over himself. Can't read a teleprompter. You've got to realize what power you have, and that don't feed that beast. Withdraw from it. Don't use it. You get paid in dollars, do something with it. Get it into a form of money, an asset, something that they can't touch. That's what crypto offers us. And everybody's excited. Oh, we're gonna have an ETF. Oh, we're gonna have all this big money. We're gonna have BlackRock coming in, $10 trillion. They want your coins. They want your energy. They want those things that they can't control right now. They want to scare you out of them, and they're going to do that. So you want to make sure that you have those things that you can use in this digital world as they release the CBDC, the central bank digital currencies that control everything. You want to have something that you can transact with that's outside of the central bank, outside of the government. And that's where Bitcoin comes in. That's where Litecoin comes in. That's where Digibyte comes in. That's where these true blockchains that have been running for a long time come in, because there's nothing they can do to control that stuff. They can't. They can scare you out of it and make you give it up, but you don't need to give it up. Right. Tell them.
Okay. I found it. Your power to trespass. If a government agent or assignee comes to your property, it will be important for those of you who wish to protect their privacy and property. Yeah, to know their rights. Hold on. I don't know if I can share this screen.
If they don't have a warrant, they need to leave. Basically, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, but
go away.
I will post this on my website, litecoinlisa.net. There's also a document here. You're being issued a trespass warning. Further entry of this property, you will be subject to arrest. And then you can put the address of the property, and then your ownership, and then notice to the trespasser. So anybody coming in. But really, you guys, I just don't think it's going to happen. I just think it's to wake people up.
I think it is too. But, if it does happen, because there's a lot of people afraid right now, because that's
I want them to feel empowered, that they have the tools through our Constitution.
They've been there. It's been fought for. Yeah. It's been written. It's the Constitution is the only law. They can pass anything they want, no matter how many votes. They used to say black people were slaves. Was that right? No. And it was proven wrong. They can pass whatever they want with their, puppet banana government that they have in charge, but it doesn't matter, because when it comes down to it, ultimately they got to face the accuser. They got to have they've got to have evidence. They have to have proof, and don't give it to them. Don't volunteer it up and confess and say things that you shouldn't say, because did you do this? Well, I don't remember. And it's like, you don't have to answer these questions. There's a process for it, and you have to realize what that process is. They are not the judge. When they show up and they try and guilt you into things, you don't let them do it.
Right.
You just don't. You say, go away, you're trespassing. This is my castle. Go. If you don't go, you're trespassing. And post non-trespassing signs on your property.
I also have those for you.
Yeah, you do those things, and it's like, you've been warned. You've been warned. You've crossed over into no man's land. You may not make it out. You need to go. Mm-hmm. Did you not see the sign at the front? You have no right to step foot on this property, and you have to understand that you're more powerful than they are, and they're vampires. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And they're just bidding, they're doing the service, and they think it's all going to end. You're right, Lisa, because ultimately what happens is they're just working for a pension. They're working for their salary, and it's getting inflated away.
And they are us.
Exactly. And they just haven't.
I was talking to that sheriff lady today, and then these sweet little babies walked in, and they're there with their daddy, and he is working his plan to get his babies back. And he got his job. He's doing the right thing.
Yep. And then the system puts him through a ringer that he can't afford to compete in. It's an arena that he's not prepared for. And that's where they want you. They want you to just, okay, I don't know how to fight anymore. I don't know what to do. They want you to give up. They want you on your knees. That's all they want. That's all governments have ever want, because they produce nothing. They can't produce anything. They take it from us. They want to steal our energy. They want to use it for their own devices, because they're living in the castles. They're living in the gated communities. They're benefiting from the system. And it's right, it's left, it doesn't matter. There's very few good people out there. We're the good people. We're the people that just want to be left alone. And so we just have to assert our rights and say, you know what? Leave me alone. Don't mess with me. You're in the wrong spot. You're not in a happy place, because it's about to get real unhappy. And you just let them know. Leave now. better leave now.
Yeah.
And judges are elected. I mean, we know who they are. And,
But the judges aren't stupid either.
no.
The
And
judges see that stuff too.
at
I'm
some point, they
telling you,
realize that the wave is
they
coming,
see that stuff too.
and they know that the people rule everything. It's all a deception. It's all an illusion. And you have to realize what power you have,
That's
and
where,
you
like, I
quit playing the
titled this
game.
today. I said, "Justice may be blind, but she is not stupid."
Nope. Nope. Don't take our willingness to get along as weakness, because it really isn't.
Mhm.
That's not what we're about. It's just, you got to leave us alone. You got to let us live how
Yeah,
we want to live, or else,
yeah.
things change, and that's what happens throughout history.
And if this is what it took for America to wake up and come together and say, "We are the people
Mm-hmm.
and we care about each other," then, that's okay. Because I do care about my brothers and sisters. I see each other, trying their best. And everybody like looking out for each other and saying, like, "Well, what can I do for you?" Like, I see it in our community all the time.
All the
I
time.
see it in the
What do you need?
crypto stuff all the time. What do you need? Oh, people are trying to get Charlie to the meetup. Um, you know, Charlie's little boy um, hurt his ankle, so he wasn't able to come. So that didn't work out. But then it was like, okay, well, who else can we help? What can we do? You guys were helping the Warriors. We're trying to, help each other out. It's always, what can we do for the community? And because of that, we have a great experience together. And I
And
just
it's
think that kind of stuff is going to continue to happen.
absolutely, it's going to continue to flourish, because
Yeah.
you think what you want about crypto, number go up. Hey, I'm going to be able to retire. I'm going to be able to, buy my
And
house and all this
there
stuff.
is the Lambo crew, and
Yeah.
I
And
love beautiful cars, don't get me wrong.
right. And that's fine.
But
But it's,
everybody has there. You're going to seek what you seek, you will find, I think, in this. And I think there are people that want community, and they want significance. They want America to come back together. And I think that we're going to have that rebuilding. We're going to come through this. We're going to be stronger. We're going to be together. But there's an opportunity there where you're going to be able to feed into and be a part of something bigger than yourself, if you
right.
want to be a part of that,
It's
and that's
either
where
in
we're
you
all
or it
coming
isn't.
together.
It's in you in
Yeah.
this life, or it isn't. And, some of us have been called, and we've understood what crypto can do. It's crypto. All it is, it's just another way to store your energy and protect your energy,
Mhm.
and without someone messing with your energy. I mean, because that's really what it is. That's all money is energy. And if you can control that destiny, where your energy goes, whether it be to your kids, whether it be in this lifetime, that's the key. And I look at it, the analogy I always like to use is, you've got a big oak tree, you got a big, whatever tree. And, at some point that tree
You
starts to
used
die.
the same analogy 8 months ago on that tape.
And that's what happens, though. That tree at some point, it gets old, it's strong, it looks, like it's a production tree. At some point it starts to die, it withers away. But that root system, that we're all a part of, it grows saplings, it grows all these little trees that grow up. And that's where we are right now. It's like the old system is here, we're part of it, but we're growing out of that root system. And it's like, well, you know what, that tree, it's lost, it's dead, it's going to die, we can't save it, it's going to have to fall at some point, it's going to rot away. But you know what, that root system, still under the ground, part of the earth, part of spirituality. We're going to grow up new trees all over the place, and if you let them grow, they're going to grow and create a forest. That's what we are. We're that forest, using
Mhm.
that old system to grow up new life. And that's what all of us are doing. It's like, hey, you know what, we can't save the tree, but you know what, it's still salvageable. There's still good things that can come out of it. And, these little trees that grow up all over the place, that's what we are. And we're going to make it into this new, refreshed environment, using that old system and saying, you know what, fine, we're changing it. We're changing it right now. It's already changed. We've already
Using
won.
old truths to build new things,
Absolutely.
you
And and
know?
and it's just that, we're
Yeah.
already there. We've already won. We're finding each other, and we're winning, winning, winning. And that old system, people want to say, "Oh no, that's the tree we've always worshipped. We're going to continue to worship it. That's the thing we bow down to." And it's like, no, no, we're not. There's still good things, but you know what? That tree's rotten. That tree's not producing fruit.
Mhm.
That's not producing the things that we need because it's decayed and it's rotten. And we're building it out. We're changing, and so many people, and the more and more people that change, the more and more people that realize that we don't have to participate in this decaying tree worship, and we can build up from that system and move on. The more people we awaken, that's the key. That's the key to everything, because we don't have to do this. We don't have to continue to live the way we do. Why waste our lives and waste our energy and the best part of our lives giving it to a system that does nothing but destroy us and want to rob us of every life affirming thing that we have to offer? Don't be that person living a quiet life, a life of quiet desperation that says, "Oh, there's nothing I can do. Can't fight City Hall.
Yeah.
It is what it
Don't give
is."
up.
No,
Never give up.
no,
Yeah.
never give
I
up,
would
because
never, ever, ever give up.
we
Yeah.
win as humanity. We always win, because it's been proven throughout history that as tyrants rise, as that's the end. When they get more tyrannical, they're at the end, and we just have to keep going. We have to fight another day. We have to continue to stay alive. We have to continue to put the message out. We have to continue to wake people up so that humanity wins, because it always does. It always has won.
Well, think that we're starting to see some movement and stuff.
We're seeing
I
so many
mean,
things.
think about they're attacking Trump. That they're
He's such
I
a
mean,
threat as an ex-president that we have to go and try and make sure that he can never be president again. And
right.
it's like, and it's not about him. It's not about the cult of personality.
No.
It's about the ideal, the idea that you don't do that to somebody. What's he done wrong? Tell me what he's done wrong. What's he done wrong? What have we done wrong? Why are we guilty until proven innocent?
He's kind of I adore him. I want to dance with him like this.
I know you do. I know you want to do
the
the
dad
dad dance. I know you do.
Yeah, I want to do the dad dance with him. I would love to. I would be so intimidated to meet him, but I would love to meet him. I'd
He would
love
say,
to meet Melania and
he'd
talk
say, "Oh, it's
foster
a
care,
lovely like
adoption
Queen Lisa.
stuff."
I'm gonna dance with a lovely like Queen Lisa.
Yeah, that would be very intimidating. I would love to talk foster care and adoption stuff. Like I would just be like with Melania. I'd love to talk Indian Nation stuff with her. Like I would lose my mind. I think she's the real badass, to be totally honest, in the relationship.
Yeah. I mean, you look at where she came from, who she is, and
Speaking of which, I have a amazing email about DeSantis. Did you know?
Tell me, Lisa.
Do you know DeSantis's? Do you know his history or his Navy?
I thought about that the other day. Tell me.
Do you know his? Okay.
Let's tell us.
Okay, wait. Should I share this screen? Wait, am I sharing any personal information? Hold on.
When you hear him talk, you hear the ring of truth. You hear something more.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can share this with you guys without sharing any personal information.
Yes, Daddy.
Hopefully
yes,
it's
Daddy.
not sharing
Mitchie is
anything.
gone, Daddy-o. Mitchie has left the building.
Mitchie went to bed.
He's out.
This gentleman is of Italian descent. His family moved to Orlando, Florida before relocating to, I don't know how you say this, Dunedin, Florida, when he was 6 years old. In 1991, he was a member of the Little League team, once again, baseball tie with Trump. The Little League team from Dunedin National that made it to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. After graduating from this horrible town that I can't pronounce, high school in 1997, he attended Yale University. He was captain of the Yale varsity baseball team and joined the Delta Kappa Epsilon fraternity. On the Yale baseball team, he was an outfielder and a senior in 2001. He had the team's best batting average at .336. I bet you can look that up on Gematria.
That's pretty good.
If you had to ask me, I bet you can look that up on Gematria. But he graduated from Yale in 2001 with a BA magna cum laude in history. History, you don't say. You can learn a lot from studying history. He then spent a year as a history teacher at the Darlington School. He attended Harvard Law School, graduating in 2005 with a Juris Doctor cum laude. He received his Reserve Naval Officers Commission and assignment to the Judge Advocate General's Corp, which is also known as JAG, in 2004 at the U.S. Naval Reserve Center in Dallas, Texas, while still a student at Harvard Law School. He completed Naval Justice School in 2005. Later that year, he received orders to the JAG Trial Service Command Southeast at Naval Station Mayport, Florida, as a prosecutor. Prosecutor that year. Wait, later that year in 2005. There was some stuff that went down. People think maybe later that year. In 2006, he was promoted from lieutenant junior grade in lieutenant to lieutenant. He worked the commander of Joint Task Force Guantanamo. Working directly with detainees at Guantanamo in 2006. Oh, interesting. Facility. In 2007, he reported to Naval Special Warfare Command Group in Coronado, California, where he was assigned to SEAL Team 1 and deployed to Iraq with the troop surge as a legal advisor to the SEAL Commander Special Operations Task Force in West Fallujah. He returned to the U.S. in April 2008, at which time he was reassigned to the Naval Region Southeast Legal Service. The U.S. Department of Justice appointed him to serve as Assistant U.S. Attorney at the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Middle District of Florida. Now they're making him a normie. He was assigned as trial defense counsel into his honorable discharge from active duty in February 2010. He concurrently accepted a reserve commission as a lieutenant commander in the Judge Advocate General Corp, also JAG, of the U.S. Navy Reserve. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, and the Iraq Campaign Medal. He represented Florida's 6th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives from 2013 to 2018. Oh, by the way, that former Navy lieutenant is Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida. Just saying.
Got a little history, right?
A little history.
Yeah, I'm going dark here. I turned the lights on, but, it's getting dark here earlier because, we're moving into the fall period.
I'm just saying that's pretty freaking impressive.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. He's very confident. He's on point. What he's doing is really a freedom movement. He's taking back the state of Florida because he can. And you're looking at other states that are deteriorating, falling apart. I mean,
but if you look what he's doing, so he just recently recruited a state's, what did he call it? States, not their what did he call it? Their military.
No, it wasn't National Guard. It was
States Guard.
Yeah, he called it something different.
Guard.
Right.
And then, so our governor just changed our troopers, like registration or what's it called? The things that qualifications for our state troopers, which I would think would kind of be which we also have the 45th State Guard. Go Oklahoma. But our state troopers now, they used to have like 65 hours of college and all this, blah, 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 before they could even apply to be a state trooper versus a policeman. So now I think they're going to like back our state guard with the troopers, or do a recruitment for our troopers with, you can apply to be a trooper. And I'm going to look up and see, like, does a trooper, do they take an oath to, it'll be interesting to see if the trooper takes an oath to the Constitution versus what the police does. I don't know. I'm going to check it out, because they just lowered like the education part of it, but they're doing a big recruitment thing for our state troopers. So I think it's all very interesting. And there's doing a huge hiring thing. I sent it to the Warriors for Freedom crew. The Navy specifically is holding a huge rehiring and what was it called? Hold on. Hiring.
You want to keep going? Because I can go in where the light is if you want.
I mean, I shouldn't keep going. I need to go to bed.
It's up to you.
Need to go.
Whatever you want to do.
Well, I can move. One thing.
You got to give me a okay, go ahead.
Let me tell this one thing. Hold on. Let me find it. So I was sharing these links with, I was like, hey, did you see that there's benefits for veterans, adoption advocate? Wait. Federal Hiring Summit is coming up. Oh, 400. They deleted it was a defense.gov. It's a career sources for transitioning services member, but they've taken the website down. But it's being manned by the Navy, but all service members are welcome. And it's for transitioning service members out of, and remember when Public and I read the NDAA, where there's this huge transition of power into the Navy and the Space Force and the Navy Space Force, and the Navy has the Marines in it. I can't remember. Anyway, and so that's all happening this weekend. And so that big career resource transitioning service thing is happening for not only military members, but their spouses. Anyway, yeah, we probably should go. But thank you guys for joining us.
Very interesting.
I love all of you. Yes, Clint needs a vanity light because
I know I'm out here in the dark, and it's that time of the year.
You're probably getting bit by mosquitoes.
The sun. Oh, that's all right. No, I'm good. There haven't been too many mosquitoes, but the sun goes down too early now.
Polly says, "Just move, Clint. She'll never know."
I know, right? Just
I'm not looking at you.
I'm still here, out of the darkness.
Dark delight. Shadow's here. We haven't seen him in so long.
Dark delight. No, it comes down to you've got to know.
Hey, Denise.
To round this out, you've got to know that you got to trust yourself. You've got to look inside. You've got to look at yourself and realize what's truth and what isn't. And when people push you around, there have been times where it's like, oh, I should have said this in that argument. Oh, I should have said that. Be prepared for those moments when those people show up, when those people want to take what you have, want to strip you of your rights. And I boil it down to when the vampires come, whoever they are, whatever uniform they're wearing, know who you are and know what your rights are. Know that you don't give them your energy. You take that away from them. You don't let them have your energy. And you say, no, I'm not going to participate in your vampire casino. I'm not going to allow that to happen. And you've got to know that, and know that there's nothing they can do to you. They want to force you to say things and incriminate yourself. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Don't ever do that. Always trust yourself. And if you don't know what to say, don't say anything. Take the fifth. Just step back and say, I got nothing to say.
And say no trespassing.
Right.
You're in my space.
If it's your property, no, it's my safe zone. Use it against him. and that's what you got to do. It's like, no, you got to get out of here. No, you don't belong. So trust yourselves, look inside, and you'll find the answers. And don't give them power. That's really what it comes down to.
And you guys we're all in this walk, like, at different places or spaces, but, like, I had this trespassing thing printed up on my front, um, by my front door for a while, because that's where I was. I was afraid that somebody was gonna come to my house, and I'm not there anymore, but you may be there, or you may be not there, but you may have a friend that's there, and that may be a tool that you can give to help give them some peace of mind. And so I'm going to post that on my website, litecoinlisa.net, on the blog post. So go to the blog section, or I think it's called like what's new or something like that. I don't know. Go look at that. And we need to be helping each other right now through this confusing time, because we know we're not getting good information from where we would think we would from our community, but we are the community. And so it's getting really dark for Westwood, so we're going to let him
It
go
is.
to bed.
All right. Yeah. So
Love you, Westwood. Maybe
LitecoinLisa.net. Go to
Westwood.net
LitecoinLisa.net. Go to
has lots of great
ClintWestwood.net.
resources. Go to ClintWestwood.net.
Somebody asked about a video. Hey, I'm trying to get into crypto. What do I do? I've got some
Go to
videos on there.
ClintWestwood.net.
Go
There's
watch those
great
videos.
resources. Yeah.
And
we're going to try to have that auction and video tomorrow evening. So we'll have more information at ClintWestwood.net and LitecoinLisa.net tomorrow for you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Right. Love you all.
Love you all. Yourself. Thanks for joining us. Yes. Trust Westwood.
Come on, man.
Over there.
Over there.